Breaking news here on Colts Talk, presented by Prize Picks. Billy Beebe with you. And look, I don't know if the Colts did or didn't like what they saw in some of the rookie mini camps, voluntary workouts, OTAs, but they made a slew of changes on the roster. To be honest, nothing like crazy major pull your hair out, but we got to go through some names, some changes, and some upcoming competitions that we'll see because of the changes that the Colts have made to their roster. Let's start with the headliner, right? The one you probably mainly want to talk about here. The Colts have added a quarterback / made a change in the quarterback room. They have brought in Easton Stick, who you may remember, may not remember. I'll get you updated on that one in just a second. And they have waived Seth Henigan at the quarterback position. This is essentially a change at your QB4 position for the Indianapolis Colts. Easton Stick in, Seth Henigan out at this point in time. And crazy enough, Easton Stick is like at OTAs right now. Like there were videos of him earlier today. I think the Colts forgot to get that update out earlier than they should have earlier today. But hey, Colts have a new QB. The Colts have a new player. Let's show them how we do it here on Colts Talk. Hit that thumbs up button to welcome the newest Colts quarterback. Easton Stick is in Indy right now. We forgot to wish him a warm welcome. The Colts didn't let us do it quickly, so we want to do it right now. Hit that thumbs up button to welcome Easton Stick. He is a former 5th-round pick from the Chargers. And I'll be honest with you guys, I remember Easton Stick from a little stretch, but then I really had to go back and kind of went through his history a little bit and went through like his NFL career. 5th-rounder for the Chargers back in 2019 to 2020, just epitome of his career, like bounce around practice squad player, like a little bit here, a little bit there at the quarterback position. Finally makes it up to be Herbert's backup. And then 2023, that was Easton Stick's like big moment, big year, which we'll show you the stats from that in just a second. But yeah, here's kind of your updated quarterback room with the addition of Easton Stick. I don't think he surpasses Riley Leonard or Anthony Richardson. But yeah, you go Jones, Richardson, Leonard, and now Easton Stick. Again, this is quarterback 4 we're talking about here, people. Any quarterback addition I think is notable, should be talked about. It's a guy you'll see probably in the preseason. But again, and we'll talk Anthony Richardson here in just a second, as we do here on Colts Talk. This is the Seth Henigan, who was a undrafted free agent replacement here as well. 2023, Justin Herbert, I believe he broke his thumb and was injured, and Stick had like this really fun Thursday night game to let everybody know who he was, that he arrived, right? It's like a fun name, and I don't know, this, that, and the other. Ends up playing most of that game and then starts 4 more games for the Chargers in 2023. So if you're thinking to yourself, like, where do I know Easton Stick? How do I remember Easton Stick? That 2023 stretch, Justin Herbert injured, that was like the big one there for Easton Stick in his career. Other than that, he has been like, you look at his Pro Football Reference page, and it's like there's years lost because he just was practice squad and nothing else, right? So he was on a couple different teams in that scenario, and that's kind of where we're at with the Easton Stick situation. Yes, the Colts swap QB4's Henigan for Stick there. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're kind of wondering. I had the same question right away. What does this mean for Anthony Richardson? Oh, Colts brought in another quarterback. What does that mean for Anthony Richardson? That's your quarterback 4, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. If you want an AR trade, if you're nervous about an AR trade, relax then. This has nothing to do with Anthony Richardson. The Colts are not now more comfortable to trade Anthony Richardson because they got Easton Stick instead of Seth Henigan. That's kind of where we're at. We're going to wait a while for a Richardson trade is most likely what we're going to do, which we talked about in the ESPN trade rumors. Yes, Seth Henigan waived. I want to give Seth Henigan a shout out. He was an undrafted free agent last year. Just really worked at it, wanted to stick with the Colts. It felt like really wanted to work with the Colts. Just like the coolest thing to me is he went to the rookie mini camps, which apparently you can do. And was just like trying to get better, right? He was trying to make the team, trying to make the roster. And again, double-edged sword. It's like maybe he was getting better, but he also might have given the staff a little look like, hey, the more we've seen of Seth Henigan here, we need to go get another viable quarterback for the upcoming time. And again, I don't think this affects Anthony Richardson. I just think Chris Ballard made a swap at QB4 and got a more experienced QB4 for his team. Breaking news here on Colts Talk is presented by Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app, which I'm on every single day right now because the best place to win cash. I was just showing my buddy who was asking me about Prize Picks, and he mentions baseball. I showed him. You can put together a lineup with a few player stats and then lock in your lineup. It can be hits, home runs, strikeouts. I showed him my basketball lineup. You go with points, rebounds, assists, blocks or three-pointers. I especially showed him the upcoming championship series for basketball, right? Everybody wants to know about it. Everybody wants to talk about it. We've got a game 1 lineup to discuss. Jalen Brunson, more on free throw attempts. We went more on 5.5 there. Karl Anthony Towns, more on three-point attempts. Just got to be more than 4 at that point. And then Stephon Castle, he's playing really, really well. Feeling good about the Spurs. Can't stand the Knicks. I'm rooting for the Spurs. Going more on 16.5 for Castle there. That's how easy a lineup and fun lineup can be put together on Prize Picks. That was actually a lineup a friend of ours here at Chat Sports put together, and I was excited to see it, and I copied it right away, which you can do with the new social feeds feature. You can copy lineups with a single click. That includes myself and producer AP. You follow us on Prize Picks, Taylor Fade Art Picks. Give me a follow at Billy_BB. Aiden is at CSAP. Also, Prize Picks now has early payouts. So if your player gets off to a hot start, those guys we showed you there for the upcoming game, for example, you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And you guys know how we like to do it. We'll give you a new user offer today. All you have to do with the link in the comment section and description, use code HMA. That's HMA. You'll get $50 in lineups. All you have to do, play your first $5 lineup. Play that lineup. You'll get $50 in lineups there. And that's code HMA to get that deal, new user offer right now. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. So we did put some emphasis on the quarterback move for the Indianapolis Colts. However, here's the other names, and you got signed and waived here. Austin Ekeler, we'll start with waived. Austin Ekeler out, LaDarius Henderson out, and Seth Henigan, the quarterback we mentioned there, he is out. Josh Kreutz, 2 UDFAs the Colts have added. Josh Kreutz, a little bit of depth at the center position. Never know, right? Something could happen there. Jai'Onte McMillan at the cornerback position for Indianapolis. And then Easton Stick, as we said, they've signed, I guess, yeah, technically a veteran quarterback at that QB4 position. So if you need to, take a good look here, a couple moves here. In bunches, right? As I said, a slew of moves. These guys in, these guys out for Indianapolis as of right now. The question is, will the Colts make more roster moves? These ones kind of light, to be honest, but hey, if you're a true Colts fan, you like to talk about these moves, discuss these moves. Will Indy do more? Will the Colts make more roster moves? Type Y for yes and for no. Notably, look, Wyett Ekeler was an undrafted free agent. He was I believe he was a CFL player. If I'm remembering correctly, we were just talking about him the other day. But Wyett Ekeler was one of the names that automatically jumped out to me as well, that the Colts had waived him, only because we've talked a ton about the nickel corner spot that has been left open by Kenny Moore being let go. Still hasn't found a team, by the way. But, Kenny Moore's out, and we kind of look at the options to replace him at this point in time. Ekeler was up there. I actually had Ekeler third on the possibilities list, a depth piece at that corner spot in general. So the Colts waive him, and what does that mean? Each slot is open and move up a man. Right now it is Austin Brown, another undrafted free agent for the Indianapolis Colts. He played free safety and a little bit of nickel at Wisconsin. Again, I love players with this kind of versatility. You like that from Austin Brown. He'll definitely have the chance now to step up and try and make something happen at that nickel corner spot with Ekeler out. Again, at the most, he could win the job. At the least, he could be that second or third option, right? He now has that opportunity. Also, Jai'Onte McMillan, former Minnesota product, which is kind of funny because I believe Justin Wally's also Minnesota, so those guys should be able to connect on that a little bit there. He is also very versatile. He played inside and outside at corner in college as well. So McMillan definitely could be something for the Colts to kind of discuss here and take a look at in the nickel position. And again, maybe it's him versus Brown, right? That could be a competition there. Or, Cameron Mitchell's a usual special teamer. So, that nickel position, the Colts want to make sure they've got all good options at this point in time to replace Kenny Moore. Breaking news. We had it for you right away here on Colts Talk. If you're a true Colts fan, you don't want to miss out on anything going on with Indianapolis, be sure to hit that sub button right now.